everybody. Welcome to another episode of Fantasy Football Safe Space, presented to you by the Fantasy Shot Callers. I'm 7 o'clock. I'm accompanied with my brother from another mother. Brother Fox, how are you?
Yeah, I'm well, brother. Well, brother. Ready to spit these fantasy facts today.
There it is. There it is. And on my other side, we have the king of the South, Big E, the AKA the Fantasy Football Big Guy. How are you?
Hey, much love, bro. Just happy to be here. You know, I got love for you fellas. Hey, we got a bad storm here, but I am blessed. Hey, I'm in a dry place, so I'm
Yeah,
happy. So let's get it, fellas.
there it is. There it is. Brother Fox, before we get started, how can the good folks take care of us?
Hey, as always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's the Help a Brother Out special. So help some brothers out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly goes a long way.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. I'm pulling up the rankings now. A couple brothers got paid this week. Let's talk about CeeDee Lamb before we talk about Jordan Love.
I'll let Brother Fox take it. What do you think about CeeDee Lamb, bro?
So we want to talk about CeeDee Lamb's contract situation, or
Yeah.
okay. So it's different. So CeeDee Lamb, he deserves to be paid as a top tier wide receiver. You know, he deserves to be paid similar, i.e., of a Justin Jefferson. But the situation the Cowboys in is kind of situational. So they're in a situation where they need to re-sign Dak Prescott, who, you know, obviously the quarterback market has blossomed over this offseason. So they need to resign him to a probably upwards of $55 million a year. Micah Parsons, who's probably going to command a contract similar to TJ Watt, if not larger. And then also CeeDee Lamb. So the Cowboys, this whole notion of them going all in, they just face a conundrum. It's like, who do they pay? Because in reality, if they pay all three players, they're not going to be able to field a quality team around them. So it's just it's tough. And right now, they don't want to make the mistake of paying the wrong person and being kind of caught on the hook with kind of left out to dry. So I have a feeling it's going to end up being Micah Parsons, the one who's on the outside looking in.
Ooh.
And it's not saying that he's not the most talented. I just feel that, you know, you got to have a quarterback to be relevant. So Dak's going to get his money. And on that other end, it's like their highest selling jersey sale is CeeDee Lamb other than Dak. So it's like you need to put butts in seats, and quarterbacks put butts in seats, and quarterbacks need receivers. So
shout out to Guccini, Hard to Start, Generational Wealth Network. Shout out to them. Please go follow them. Appreciate you rocking with us.
Yes, sir.
Biggie, what you got? What you got, brother?
Hey, well, I mean, you know, I always love when Dallas is in a tight spot. You know what I'm saying? And that definitely they did this to themselves. I mean, they kept on, you know, with Dax, kind of paid Dak a little, but I mean, they kept pushing contracts back, knowing that it was going to come, knowing it was going to come a day when they had to pay everybody at one time. And so you're going to end up losing somebody. And I believe that you're right, Brother Fox. I think it's going to be Parsons. I think that, I mean, they done pulled, you know, Dak's card. I mean, they done held him off so long. I don't think you can hold him off anymore. He's going to get upwards, like you said, up $55 million when he goes out for free agency. And then, I mean, CeeDee Lamb showed you what he can do. He is maybe the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Woo.
I mean, we got to put it out there because, I mean, he had the production. I mean,
in the conversation.
Can't hate on the man. So, I mean, you know, I just think that Dallas just keeps on questioning, is this guy going to pan out? Is this guy going to pan out? And in the end, they're going to lose all three if they don't make a move.
Yeah. The contract is interesting. I mean, I'm glad he got his money. He should stay right where he is in that 1-2 spot, 1A, 1B with Tyreek Hill for fantasy purposes. For football purposes, it won't happen, but I think Dak's the one that actually got to go. He's the one who can't get it done when it matters most. He's had the offensive line. He's had the defense. In my opinion, he's just not the guy. What more do you need to see? He got the team with the best offensive line with a young Ezekiel. He had Amari Cooper, a young CeeDee Lamb. He had Jason Witten. He just never been able to get it done. And that's not to throw darts at him. It's just the goal is to win a Super Bowl, and you're not winning one with Dak. But he is a quarterback, to Brother Fox's point. So Michael Parsons more than likely got to go since CeeDee Lamb just got paid.
Now, I do agree with you. On paper, it should be Dak Prescott leaving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it should be.
Right.
But in reality, what the quarterback market has shown us is that teams would rather pay average quarterbacks elite money to stay marginally relevant and, you know, fill up their stadium, potentially go to the playoffs for one game and overpay a quarterback than to not have a quarterback be irrelevant and no one go to your games. I don't know if you guys saw the scenes from Cowboys camp the other day, but it was literally normally for Cowboys camp, it's standing room only. You can barely even see the field, see where the players are. There was less than a couple hundred people there. That's because Dak. That's because CeeDee Lamb. That's because Micah Parsons. None of them were practicing, and it shows you what star power does for a team. When the fan base feels that they have a quarterback that can remotely put them in contention, it raises the spirits all around. It makes everybody feel better about the situation. You know, like hell, like I talk shit about the Raiders all the time, but in reality, the Raiders have an excellent defense, excellent skill players, and they're only missing the quarterback, right? But I guarantee you, if it was the other way, a bad defense but a fantastic quarterback, those stands would be filled. Raider fans would be ecstatic that they're just one or two players away from being a Super Bowl contender. It's just the quarterback, it stabilizes an organization. And it's unfortunate that you have to overpay them, but hey, I'd rather have somebody like Tua Tagovailoa than to, you know, risk it all on a guy like Wilson that used to be with the Jets. You see what a bad quarterback can do to a good team. Yeah,
very true. Great point. We got a comment. It said Cowboys going to draft Sanders next year. I think he's going to be a Raider, personally.
Oh,
I think he's going to be a Raider. Our legendary fourth member. My bad. Albert in the building. What were you going to say, Big E?
Oh, no, I said one of the two. As long as we get one of the two, it don't matter. Whether it be trade either one. I didn't want to trade up to 12th pick to get Bo Nix this year. That wouldn't have been the move. So I'm definitely glad my Raiders did what they did. You know, and I like Penix, but I mean, you know, who wanted to take him that early? You know, no one wanted to see that.
Apparently, they said the Raiders were looking to trade up for Michael Penix, and no one knew that the Falcons were going to do what they did.
Right.
The expectation was Falcons were going defense. So the GMs were confused as well.
Not by choice, I wouldn't want Penix, though. So I would definitely want Sanders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
If I had to choose, I think we both, you know, I mean, Penix got an arm, but with them knee surgeries, I mean, I don't want a brother already hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Not in the top 10.
Yeah. Give me Deion's son. Let me get some healthy legs in there. But I'll take Dak. But I mean, I think Dak, even though, I think because he's a cowboy, you know what I'm saying, does all them little Campbell's commercials, you know what I'm saying, that people hate on him. He really is good. I mean, he's a great player, but just in the postseason, like they say, I mean, they showed comps from him and Pat Mahomes, and they were really similar. The only thing that was the playoff. It was 10 playoff games, you know, and it was crazy. I mean, Pat just steps up in the big moments. I can't hate on him, but I'm like, I didn't know they were that close in the regular season.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to interject just to give a little context to that. They showed the last 3 years of Pat Mahomes in comparison.
Hey, that's relevant. That's relevant.
The man had Kadarius Toney, MVS.
Hey,
3 is a lot.
He has some porous receivers.
He got one of the greatest tight ends of all time.
True.
And he won 2 Super Bowls. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. He won one of them years as well. And Kelsey. So come on, bro.
Hey, he don't like Pat and Dak next to each other. That don't sit right with him.
Yeah, he don't like that. I don't like Pat being the 6th highest paid quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna get fixed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like
I hope it bites.
That's actually a misconception as well. Matt Forio was actually talking about it. So right now, Pat is number 12 on, if you look at the year-to-year breakdown of like how much money he's making. But in reality, from 2023 to 2027, he's going to make about $218 million, which will make him the highest paid quarterback.
So
and by the time 2028 comes around, they're just going to restructure his contract. Because I think the last like 3 years of his deal, he's supposed to make like $20 million a year. He's never going to make that.
Now, before that seems like the best bet is to always restructure every 2 or 3 years, and that way,
that's
4 or 5 years from
now, Pat's good. He's good off the money right now. He's good.
We got a comment. Y'all some of the best in the biz. We appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, help a brother out.
I
appreciate you.
Since we're talking about quarterbacks getting paid, Big E, you was talking about him last week.
I was.
Jordan Love, highest paid in the league. What you got to say about that?
I mean, hey, I can't hate on the brother for getting his money. And I definitely, if I was in Jordan Love's position, I wouldn't have reported. I had those last 8 or 9 games that was good, except for the last game he played against the 49ers. He caught fire, and I was like, yo, I'm not coming to training camp until you pay me. Because, I mean, he got 42, he threw for 4,200 yards. If you lose, say if you lose a few wide receivers or you have some more bad games and you throw for 3,800 yards, 3,700, that changes the landscape. His stock would have dropped. So I mean, obviously he want to get paid this year. That doesn't mean I still don't think he's going to produce like people think. I mean, everybody just like what Hurts. Everybody was like, yo, this is the new guy. He's now Hurts had an off year, and now they saying Hurts is dirt basically. So I just don't believe in Love. I don't, and I'm glad that he got his money. I never had on the man to get his money, but I don't believe, but they had to do it the way the NFL is now. You got to pay the guy $50 million, so you don't have to pay $60 in 2 years.
Yeah.
What do you think, Fox?
I have a polar opposite opinion on Jordan Love. I think he's a tremendous ascending player. When their turning point in the season, they played against Kansas City in I want to say it was week 12. They played against Kansas City. Now, mind you, our Kansas City's defense last year was the first team in NFL history to never give up over 28 points in the season. The highest scoring team against us all season, the Green Bay Packers. They put up 27 again. They would have put up 28, but they missed the field goal. Like, Jordan Love was carving us up. Mind you, we only gave up, I want to say I think we gave up 8 or 9 passing touchdowns all season, and 3 of them were to Jordan Love. He was eating us up. And I think the thing that separates him from a lot of other quarterbacks is that he really has the mindset that he throws the football to whoever's open. If that's Musgrave, if that's Wicks, if that's Romeo Doubs, if that's Watson, it's one of those systems that it doesn't really matter who the top tier receiver is. He's going to attack different DBs. And I felt that his ascension just, even that first half against the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers were clearly the better football team that day. They made a couple of crucial mistakes in the end, and Christian McCaffrey got hot and made a couple of long runs. Truth be told, I think they should have beat the 49ers last year in the playoffs.
He made a bunch of some crucial mistakes.
He did. And the interception was horrible at the end.
Carved up the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't make him the heir apparent. Everybody was talking about that with Hurts in this championship. And then next thing you know, now Hurts supposed to be dirt. So just because Jordan Love got majority of his stats off of you guys, what I'm saying, don't make him the heir apparent. You really don't.
Hurts lost his coordinators. That's why it was a huge difference last year. And then look at Shane Steichen's offense. Anthony Richardson. There's a reason why he had 5 rushing touchdowns in 2.5 games. That's the same offense that Jalen Hurts ran. So it's just a lot of times it's systematic, and you really do got to follow the coordinators that they roll with. You got to, like with Jordan Love's situation, he's had LaFleur he's had consistency. He's had LaFleur there for what, pretty much his whole entire career. He's had LaFleur. He's had the same coordinators. They're building that offensive weaponry around him, and he's young. Like, I think the world is his oyster, man.
Moving on to another player who got paid earlier today, Mr. Consistency, QB proof, never super exotic. He was not QB. He was wide receiver 8 last year, but usually he's in that 12 to 16, 11 to 17 area. DJ Moore got breaded and probably emerges as the clear favorite now for Caleb Williams. Brother Fox, what you think?
I like it. I like that the Bears are, putting the requisite weapons around Caleb that he can be successful. Now they'll seemingly have Moore as well as Rome Odunze for the entire length of Caleb Williams' first contract.
Yeah.
So like they're at least trying, which is the polar opposite of what they kind of did for Justin Fields. Which is kind of sad. I feel bad.
They learned their lesson.
Exactly. But hey, yeah, DJ Moore has shown that he's quarterback proof, regardless. And even if you don't have a run game, after Christian McCaffrey left, he still put up 1,000 yards with the Panthers. So, hey, it's great move for DJ Moore and great for the city of Chicago.
For sure. Big E, what you got?
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, that's like the way the Bears rode, the last couple of years, trading away the first, to let them get Bryce Young, to get the first again, to get a better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now you sign DJ Moore, who's been, fantasy relevant, like you said, with any quarterback that he has, and now he's going to have, Williams throwing him the ball. I think they pay him, give him the bag. Keenan Allen, I think he's going to eat. He still has like a couple years to eat. But obviously you have Rome and DJ Moore for the, foreseeable future. And it's just upside with the Bears. I love the moves that they make. I just love they're paying people, and I think they're ready to win. It's about time.
Yeah, it feels like it's been a while since they've been relevant, right? Since the Rex Grossman, Urlacher, Chicago Bears days when who they lose to? The Colts in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, the Colts.
They ran it back.
Yeah. It feels like it's been a minute since they've been, in an NFC championship or even a divisional. So good. Hey, good for them. Good for him. I think in our mocks, he's ranked 32, but he's going in the 4th round. I think he's a good value for the 4th round. You can get last year's wide receiver 8. Granted, he got a competition for targets, but that also means that he can't be double teamed anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And now he has a competent quarterback to throw the ball, or at least someone who appears to be a little bit more savvy with the arm and not with the legs. So DJ Moore.
They got him for a good number too, for 110 million for 4 years. Like, compare that to the 35 that Justin Jefferson just got, or we know how Jamar Chase what he wants, and that's a hell of a good number.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, speaking of Chase, Ayuk, Higgins, what are we looking as far as numbers-wise? What are we thinking? 35 for Chase? 36, yep. 37?
Hey, 35 is that magic number for me, I think. I think that's what he's looking for as well. Not 35 plus. Obviously, Higgins, he's a freak of nature, but he hasn't done what Chase has done. And I just believe, he's not going to get as much. I think Higgins really just trying to play out the rest of this year, and he's going to go somewhere else unless the Bengals want him. But I really don't have a number for Higgins. I'd be interested to know what you guys' number is for Higgins.
I'm thinking he probably wants and probably will get 24, 25. Yeah, I don't think he deserves it, but it's just about time this time next year when he's a free agent, that's probably what he's going to get. Probably not with the Bengals.
Definitely not with the Bengals, for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I would say Higgins is going to be, if he hits the free agent market, he's going to get probably close to 30. But if he ends up getting traded, which I don't see happening, I think he would end up between 25 and 28 if he gets traded. But I think he's going to hit the free market sometime next year, and someone's going to pay him like a wide receiver 1 just because he's going to be premium to the market. Now, Jamar Chase, being as him and Justin Jefferson were, You know, they went to school together. They're really good friends. This and that. Absolutely, you know damn well he gonna want to one up Justin Jefferson and get, even if it's $100,000 more than what Justin Jefferson got. He gonna want to one up him. But this is what has plagued Cincinnati for the entirety of their franchise. Paul Brown is the cheapest owner in sports. He's reminiscent of the guy who used to own the Oakland A's. It's like you in the Moneyball days. It's like he does not want to pay money for players. He gave all that money to Joe Burrow, and now it's like if he's going to form a competitive team, he can't overpay for Jamar Chase, regardless of how much he wants to get paid. Well, I'm feeling this is about to get real ugly with Jamar, because technically they own his rights for the next 2 seasons.
He's not like CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, his deal is actually 2 years away.
Right. So it's like they're gonna make him play on his 4th year this year. They're gonna pick up his option and make him play next year. And hell, if they wanted to, they could franchise tag him for the next 4 years. It's gonna get real effing ugly with Jamar Chase.
That's the kind of side. It's the side of the NFL I really don't like. I like more, you know. I know we talk about the NFL, but like NBA and their contracts, I like it more kind of, you know. I mean, the NFL, it almost like they don't want to get got, but they don't want to pay, man. It's like, I don't know. I mean, you'll give somebody a $200 million contract, but it's not really real. They readjust it. They'll kick somebody off the squad. I just think for beating your body up, you deserve it. I mean, Chase, he goes out there and plays every game. I mean, you might see everybody has a play where they take off, or it ain't a play for you. But I mean, this guy is amazing. So I mean, I think you should get paid, no strings attached, no drawing contracts out. Because in the end, I mean, I think the player just don't want to play for you after that.
Yeah,
true. And you end up having to pay more the longer you wait.
Yeah. Right.
It's never beneficial. Like, you look at the Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra right out the bat. Look at Philadelphia Eagles. They paid Smith, then pay A.J. Brown. Let's get it done. Let's get it over with right now.
Right.
We don't want to see what Jettis is getting. We don't want to see what Chase is getting. We don't want to see what Lamb is getting. Let's get Ink to a deal right now.
Right.
The crazy thing was coming into this offseason, the only $30 million contract was Tyreek Hill coming into this offseason. Now we have 6 of them. And that's not including future with Jamar Chase, and it's only going to get more expensive. Only going to get more expensive. So
Brandon Ayuk said 26 wasn't enough.
I hate Brandon Ayuk now at this point. I'm starting I'm like, yo, I mean, Brandon Ayuk, you're good. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe you guys. I mean, y'all know more of the X's and O's. I think Brandon Ayuk is good, but I don't think he's one of those 35 guys. You know, $35 million guys. I just think one reason he talked himself out of his money. You know, now he's trying to report to camp and you know, all this stuff. I mean, just shut your mouth and play. Or either just stay at home, kind of like Jordan Love did. He didn't say too much, get your money. But you can't do both. I just want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, I mean, you can't talk. Talking never really helps. It never helps. I mean, even if you're trying to get traded and you don't want to be there, you lower your value, you're lessening your options. The return on the investment is going to be so much lower. The best thing to do is just keep quiet, or, you know, silently. Don't go publicly saying that you want to trade. You can't be going on the pivot talking all that trash, and then want to get breaded out. I think 26 million is actually good for him for a one-time All-Pro player. He's really the number 3 option behind McCaffrey and Debo. I think he's a better receiver than Debo, but at the same time, he's not really seeing the number 1 all the time. And to mention they got Kittle. You know how I want to see what he looks like on the Carolina Panthers when he's the de facto number 1.
Right.
You know, is he more T. Higgins or is he more Jamar Chase? Because he talking like he Chase. But we all, at least me and you, I don't know about Brother Fox, but I feel like he's more kind of beta than alpha dog. What you got, Brother Fox?
He's more Juju. He's more AB.
Right.
So with the Ayuk situation, there's layers to this, right?
Yeah.
So for what I heard, Brandon Ayuk was offered $26 million by the San Francisco 49ers. He wanted somewhere closer to Tyreek money which was around 30 million. The 49ers told him, hey, we just paid Bosa. Hey, we're looking ahead to potentially Brock Purdy. We don't have the money. And he was like, okay, we'll talk about this later. Right after they told him, we'll talk about this later, McCaffrey comes in, refixes his contract. He gets an extra $8 million over the next 2 years. And he's like, the fuck you mean? Y'all ain't got money to pay me, but you just gave McCaffrey. McCaffrey was already the highest paid running back, and they gave him more money. So he's like, the fuck you mean? Now you ain't got enough money, right? I think the most valuable player in this entire offense with the 49ers is not Brock Purdy, and it's definitely not Ayuk. It's Trent Williams. Trent Williams goes down on the injury. The 49ers were 5-0 last year. Trent Williams goes down in the injury. They lose the game to the Minnesota Vikings. The next week, they come out, they get blown out by the Cincinnati Bengals. The week after that, they lose again. They lost 3 consecutive games without Trent Williams, right? And then now Trent Williams wants his Trent Williams is seeing all these other left tackles asking for more money. The kid Darisaw from the Minnesota Vikings just got breaded out, and now he's the highest paid left tackle in the league. Trent Williams is sitting there like, I'm more valuable than him, and it's true. He is. So he's sitting out of camp now. So it's just the 49ers are in a fucked up space. And I think the 49ers, as crazy as this sounds, they're going to be the first team to break that mold of saying, when our quarterback's up, he's going to make the most money. I guarantee you, Brock Purdy next year, when he's up for his contract, he's not going to get $55 million.
No.
He's not going to get anywhere close to that. They're going to come to him and they're going to be like, hey, you play in the Shanahan system. We took Garoppolo to a Super Bowl. We can definitely find another quarterback to step into your role. We'll give you 42. We'll give you 43, and you'll have a good team around you. If that's not you, peace, player.
Right. So you think like Brandon Ayuk said, they paying the other man, they don't want to pay the brother man. That's what it's looking like. You know what I'm saying? But, now I agree, like you said, with Brock Purdy. I mean, he's not going to be one of those guys. Brock Purdy he was blessed in a great situation. I think 42 million would be great. I would be happy, to just fall right in there. I mean, he fits well. And they took Jimmy G, and Jimmy G went to the Super Bowl. Come on, my goodness.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give Brock Purdy Kirk Cousins money. 3 years, maybe 140. Just call it. Give maybe 75 million guaranteed. He doesn't have generational wealth. He was the last pick in the draft. He probably made $2 million in 4 seasons. So
yeah,
take it or leave it, play.
Before we wrap it up, you guys see anything in the camp notes that stuck out to you? Ladd McConkey looks like the guy.
Till he get hurt.
I'm not gonna say it no more. But he looks like he could be a value.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Hey, I didn't know. I did my blue tent research. And Ladd, I'm telling you, Ladd, he's moving high up on the ranks, brother. Hey, he's in the Blue Tent Hall of Fame before he even played a snap.
Oh,
what the perfect team to get drafted to, right?
right. I love it.
Hey. They traded off 2 receivers that couldn't stay healthy for 2 receivers that can't stay healthy.
No doubt.
Brother Fox, before we wrap it up, how can the good folks take care of us?
As always, y'all can give us that HBO special. If you don't know what the HBO special is, it's the Help a Brother Out special. So help some brothers out. Hit that like button, subscribe. It truly goes a long way.
Coming up next week on the 5th, we have our mock draft Monday. We're going to have one more. We'll probably talk more camp notes and less contracts. The 6th, Tuesday the 6th, for a Safe Space episode. Then we have our bye week. We practice consistency. We show so much love, but we also need break. We're humans, man. We've been grinding. I don't think we've missed one Tuesday since the NFL draft. Maybe even a week before the NFL draft. No, since free agency. So just so we can get right, we're working on some rebranding, we're working on lighting, we're working on backdrops. We're going to take a week off, and we'll be back. I want to say it's the 19th for another Mock Draft Monday, and then the 20th, Tuesday the 20th, we'll be back for Safe Space. So we'll be here next week, Monday and Tuesday, and then the week after that, we will be gone. Took Lad 6.7 in redraft. He's going in the 7th now. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. Thank you for that information. Y'all have a blessed one. We'll see you next Monday for our Mock Draft Monday.
Yes, sir.